what about this object? How did you choose it? Did it prompt something particular in your mind when you were looking at it?
Well, this is going to sound peculiar, but I have my own kind of unique way of looking at everything, I suppose. And when I first looked at it, I sort of looked at it from the angle that you can probably see now on the camera. And to look at it straight on, I sort of almost didn't look at these bits here. I immediately saw what appeared to be like an obese woman. Didn't really look at kind of the real kind of issues around it. It was more like, gosh, this is a huge woman. And where's this came from? And I suppose I seem to remember everybody in the room at the time sort of burst out laughing, like, I've never thought about it like that. But that's me all along.
So was it the obesity that sort of caught your eye, or?
Well, it was, because a lot of people would say that being obese is not necessarily being a disabled person, because people wrongly assume that being disabled, a disabled person is about kind of the fact that, say, me, myself, as a wheelchair user, I can't walk, so the medical side of it, when actually being a disabled person is about social barriers. You know, and as a disabled person, as a person who's been clinically diagnosed as obese, you might not even be able to walk out of your door because it's too narrow, or you might get dirty looks in the street, bad attitudes in general, etc., etc., etc. All the same things that I would get as a wheelchair user as well. So that is what kind of caught my eye. You know, I'm always kind of looking at for things to kind of associate with being a disabled person. And I suppose really when I came in to look at these products, that's what I was looking at, to try and get that sort of an angle on it. And
you just mentioned the social side and the medical side of disability. Would you like to tell our viewers what do you mean by the medical model of disability and social model of disability?
How difficult to put me in that position. Okay, I'll try not to make this long-winded. Basically, the social model, in a nutshell, is tells us that society has the problem with disabled people, i.e. if you go into a building that doesn't have a lift, it's not the fact that I use a wheelchair that's the problem, it's the fact that the lift isn't there, or it's not working, as what happens in most cases. You know, whereas the medical model is the model that says, okay, because you're a wheelchair user, it's a problem because therefore you aren't able to do this and you can't do that. And for me, you know, the fact that I'm unable to walk, I never see as a problem. I see it as a sort of, it's a small part of me. It kind of makes me the person I am. And I don't think if somebody said to me tomorrow, you will develop this miracle cure, as it were, that will enable you to walk, I don't know whether I'd take it. I don't think I would.
So really, the medical model says there is something wrong with the person who can't fit in the main society.
Exactly.
While the social model says
it's a problem with society.
You couldn't cater for the needs of that individual.
Exactly.
And probably this is what you saw here, an obese woman maybe not being able to fit in the normal smart society, if you call it.
Exactly. Instantly, that's what came to my mind when I saw this product.